Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. I'm going to answer a question around Luis Campos, Paris Saint-Germain sporting director. We'll take a look at the summer transfer window and the current January transfer window because I have thoughts about Luis Campos. First thing to do is going through the last summer transfer window, how my thoughts were back then, how some of them have changed, some of them have stayed the same, and just taking a look at it. We obviously signed João Neves from Benfica, 60 plus 10 million in bonuses. William Pacho from Frankfurt, 40 million. Safanov around 20 million from Krasnodar. And obviously Desiree Doué for a 60 million package from Stade de Rennes. And when you see these transfers, when we saw these transfers in the summer transfer window, it didn't feel enough. We obviously lost only Kylian Mbappé. He was the only one we lost, but we still needed to strengthen the squad because it's still been weakened after we sold all the best players like the Messis, the Neymars, the Ramos, and Verrattis, and everyone like that. We still felt the squad was a bit weak and we needed more strengthening. And I still feel the same. I still feel we should have done more, like a backup left back, like a backup right back, and a top attacker, such as Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. We obviously signed now, but we come to the January transfer window. And the thoughts that for me have changed. I still have the same resentment that we should have done more in the summer transfer window. And I also didn't like how much time was wasted, especially in the beginning of the transfer window. It took like 2 months for PSG to make their first signing in Safanov, and you just can't waste time like that. We also waited like a month plus for Desiree Doué. That also took a lot of time, and I didn't like that. But one thing we have to mention about the transfers, I didn't think Neves would be this good. I didn't think Pacho would be this good. Safanov, even as a backup goalkeeper, he's still been impactful, especially with that Arcelon Cup game. And he's obviously even played in the UCL for us. And Desiree Doué, what a sensational signing. I was wrong. I thought he was much more raw. But I still felt he wasn't the piece we should have gone after. He wasn't the piece we should have prioritized. But I do understand the new, I don't know, transfer policy at PSG, because for me, we still should have pushed for Kvara. Even now that we got him in January, I still think in the summer we should have gone all in for Kvara. But I do understand now, looking at hindsight, that the policy that PSG wants to do, we do not want to overspend because we pretty much halved the transfer when it came to Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. And obviously, one other thing was the departure. That was a big failure. That was still the failure that has stayed the same, which is we only got rid of Manu Ugarte. Obviously, for a good package, we got him for 60, sold him away for 50, but we like loaned out some players like the Solaires and so on, but players like Kolo and Skriniar still stayed, and that was still, I can still see that and say that was a failure. But one thing we have to mention, when you look at the transfer window this summer, at hindsight, only 6 months after, it looks better than what we thought in the summer transfer window. If we swap that to the 2022-2023 summer transfer window, it's the opposite. When that transfer window happened, I was like, this is the best transfer window Paris Saint-Germain have ever made. But when you look at it, Dembouz, crazy signing. Tanguy Lee, good signing. Asensio has no place. Gonçalo, I could see him get sold in the summer. Cherendor, I mean, it's a good economical deal, but for the squad, yeah, waste. Lucas, great signing. Tenas, waste. Skriniar, waste. Ugarte, again, we got the money back, but he didn't impact the squad in a great way. Same with Randal Kormani. I mean, he was an economical waste and he was shit on the pitch. And then Bradley Barcola. So you have Barcola, you have Dembele, you have Lucas Hernandez. That's pretty much the only good signings. And I can also add Tanguy Lee and Gonçalo as two like good squad rotation players. Maybe Gonçalo was a bit bought for a bit more. Like Tanguy Lee was bought for 20. That's a great squad player price. But that window, looking at hindsight, was not as good. So I have more complaints toward that window, towards Luis Campos, Luis Enrique, and Nasser Khalifa with that summer transfer window, compared to this one, where I wouldn't say last window was better than this because of how huge Dembele, Bradley Barcola, Lucas Hernandez signings are, but it isn't that far away. Now let's come to the January transfer window. Paris Saint-Germain obviously signed Kvicha Kvaratskhelia from Napoli for 70 million, which is a huge bargain. I was okay paying 120 for Kvara, even 130 or something with some bonuses. We got him for 70. That's an insane signing. Then obviously we finally got rid of Skriniar, only a loan, but still good. Cherendor, we're going to take him back and sell him, get some cheeky money. Colomwani finally went to Juventus on loan. Marco Asensio is potentially going to go to Aston Villa now that John Duran has gone to Al Nassr. And we obviously recently sold Xavi Simons for 50 million plus 31 in easy accessible bonuses. So even if it's just 50, We bought this guy for 5 million back from PSV. This January transfer window is like by far, just by Clara, it's the best January transfer window this club has ever had that I've been part of a supporter of. It may be one of the best January transfers of all time. Like what the amount of stuff Luis Campos did in this January transfer window is absolutely amazing. If he can finally off with getting rid of Asensio and selling him, we're looking to sell him so you get rid of his wages and get money. It's been a spectacular January transfer window. It has to be like 12 out of 10 because it exceeds the 10 out of 10. It exceeds the 10 out of 10 expectations I had in the beginning of this January transfer window. And now for everyone that's watched this video, I have to say it. I'm Luis Campos in. Why? Because as I said, a little bit, my opinion about the summer transfer window changed. I think I give it like a rating of 6.5. I would up it maybe to 7.5, maybe potentially an 8. But the January transfer window has been sensational. Luis Campos' future at Paris Saint-Germain obviously is still uncertain. He got the extension back in October and he hasn't wanted to extend since then. I really don't know the reason. I've seen some reports that the dynamic between him and Lucho is not the best. Obviously before he could sign a Gonçalo without Lucho approving it, but now when he wants an Osimhen, Lucho has to approve it. So maybe that's something Luis Campos doesn't like. He obviously has huge interest from Arsenal and Monaco, who want to make him the president of the club. So we still don't know about the future of Luis Campos, but I'm happy with Luis Campos. And if he continued at Paris Saint-Germain, if he extended, I'll be happy because he has recovered from that summer transfer window. And I love it. This January transfer window has been amazing, which makes me forget less about that summer transfer window. And if he extends, I'm ready to give him the keys once again for the summer transfer window. And hopefully this time it can be a 10 out of 10 summer transfer window. That's been it from boy PS Gent. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Has your opinion on Luis Campos changed? Let me know. That's been it from boy PS Gent. And as usual, allez Paris.